Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Leo season. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to me. It's not today, but it was. And I want to do a shout out to all that remembered my birthday and also that gave me beautiful gifts. I love them. I love you. But every day is my birthday. So if you want to send me anything or give me anything, I will welcome them every day. Anyway, so I wanted to show you our little bear. My son Miguel gave this to me, and it still warms my heart that he would give me a bear. He used to always give me bears, but also, all of my sons are very thoughtful. And this year I've been without my one of my sons for my birthday, which was really hard, but he's on his own adventure. And so I'm grateful to God for the years that he has given me, all of my sons together. And so we're going to be working towards that hopefully one of these days. But in this, let's see what, okay, so new moon in Leo. All right, Archangel Michael, please protect us as I channel the energy for the new moon in Leo. And so, new moon in Leo is bringing us a lot of energetic clearing, but also like power, um, empowerment. Okay, so let's see what message we have about that. I think I'll put the screen down a little bit right there. You probably see my shoes on the floor. Sorry about that, but anyway, let's see. Let's start off with something from Proverbs or Psalms. Don't worry if you're not religious, if this is not, just take it as it resonates for you. This is a timeless reading. And if you need an individual reading, just contact me. But if you have any comments, questions, or anything like that, please like, share, subscribe. You never know who you can help. There's an algorithm, and that algorithm goes by the likes, it goes by the subscriptions. But there is no obvious obligation because I do this so that I can at least help one person. If I can help one person today, hey, that's that's what I'm here for. Let me grab that card that fell on the floor. And there's such an emphasis. The Lord gives wisdom. Proverbs 2:6. The Lord gives wisdom. One of these days, I'm going to get this lighting right. One of these days, we shall see. But new moon in Leo. Let's see what the dilemma. What is the dilemma that we will be having? What is the dilemma? Or, you know, past, present, future dilemma, depending on who you are, depending on where you are in your journey. Okay. Remember that whatever it is, the base energy is the Lord gives wisdom. Call on the Lord. Call on what it is that you're asking for, right? All right, they want me to go this way. But there, look at that. Wow. Leo energy, new moon in Leo, and we have Leo, I will. And that is the number 17, 1717 revelation. So that is dilemma. When you say you're going to do something, and maybe sometimes in the past you haven't, stuck to what you said you're going to do. During this time, the energy is there for you to get it done. Okay. But that's the dilemma. You're thinking, will it come? Will it come to pass? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Let us see what the message is. The factor. surrounding the dilemma. What is the factor? The Lord's wisdom. It fell. We have the force. So the factor is the force, being forced. We have Aries energy. And I've talked about this in the revolution, right? We talked about the reading in the revolution. Look for that. It was maybe a couple weeks ago. But we have Mars, the force of Mars, the number five. So the number five is who is the number five? Let's see. Oh, I think the number five is Leo. Okay, so we have the force of Leo. Um, hmm, the force of the ancestors. So planetary force. Remember that Leo planetary force has also to do with the sun. The sun is a planet, it's not a star. And so the sun is shining, things are coming into not only things are coming to fruition, but there are things that are going to be revealed to you that you didn't know that you need to know. So there's truth, there's authenticity, there's integrity, there is the falling of certain false prophets, the falling or the identification of um, things in your company or where you work, or things are being divulged, like you're knowing the secrets that you need to know so you can move on from those jobs. Um, there is people being fired. There's this there's I don't know if this is for somebody, but there is reassignments. Okay. And again, that is the factor. The divine feminine energy together with the masculine energy is like, okay. Lapis lazuli will be good during this time. Okay. So there's that. And then, but remember, it brings us back to the Lord gives wisdom. So it's good to have conversations, but remember, only your own discernment can happen during this time. Not during the, like, it's always, right? But now even more so. Because you're going to be revealed certain things, and other people have conflicting stories or they have biases. And so take everything that people tell you during this time with a grain of salt, because they're going to be forced to act, but they may act on their own behalf. They may not care about how whatever they tell you is going to affect you. And so, therefore, do not take things personal. Okay. That's what I'm hearing. Don't take it personal. Okay, let me grab this. Craziness. Uranus. So this is another planetary movement with Uranus. I'm feeling like there is this creation. And that's crazy because I did actually journal about Uranus. Let me see if I can find it. Here. Mhm. Things that come up about Uranus is generational curses. And you could look to Ezekiel 18. It shatters the idea of generational curses and inherited guilt. So, a lot of things that you may feel or experience may have nothing to do with you. And so, you can release those things and say, nope, not mine. But let's see. What did I have about Uranus? Maybe back here. I like jump around everywhere. So we have, I have, here we go. Uranus, the awakening, lightning fast insights. Think the number 13, um, things that need to be broken will be broken. It's like the clearing of, like, when a farmer sets their land on fire so that they can reset the land, or they have to plant somewhere else. It's kind of like the same philosophical spiritual awareness, the rising above. And Satan comes to lie, steal, kill, destroy. And then especially for our children, for our property, and for our health. So these are things that we need to be really thinking about during this time. Maybe ask ourselves, how is this going? How is this working in our life? How is, And then remember that with our children, with our property, with our health, and anything beyond that that you're feeling. But those are the three big things that I wrote about on August 9th. I don't know if you can see that. So August 9th. God is the great physician. Okay. And so we have Uranus, awakening, the initial crust of the ego. And we just talked about the ego in another video before that. And Pluto is here to renew. Neptune is dissolving. Uranus breaks the structure down. So, we have Uranus here, um, so that you can get to your genius. You see that? Uranus. But also, like, Uranus is in front of what I see is the new moon. This comet destroying everything, but the magnetism of who we are bringing things right back together. Like things will dissolve and then you'll rebuild pretty quickly. Things are being rebuilt, redone, just refurbished, I hear, because we're still going to be who we're going to be. And then we have Mercury. So I know a lot of you love astrology, okay, and then some astrology is coming out probably for you. But we have Mercury, um, the planet. I'm pretty sure I wrote about this too. This is crazy. Well, what did I say about Mercury? I think that when I was considering Mercury, I was considering um, fear, being a thief, because fear is not an emotion. And I have Isaiah 7:7:7. 7:7:7. Yes, three sevens. Spiritual enemies. Um, Notes about walking honestly, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. So, um, yes, because during the time we've been in a time of loss of spiritual awareness, moral conduct, and we have to redefine leadership status. So again, so it doesn't sound like what are we talking about? This is like going around and around. So remember, our dilemma is the Leo energy, the new moon, right? Leo season. And why is that a dilemma? Because we're trying to be those good leaders. We're trying to restructure. And it's going to come into fruition finally because of the energy, the force of Mars, the force of things, the balancing of the universe, of universal law, um, God's will, and wrath. Like that's what I feel, the wrath. But the message, within the factor, within the dilemma, is you have Uranus, you have the stripping away, the dissolving, and then we have the mind's heart. The earth is what's important, God is what is important. In the end, we are to return to God because the Lord gives us wisdom, right? Just feels so beautiful. So, what can we tell um, everyone for the new moon? Because it's not just Leo, but it is Leo season. It is the Leo new moon. But whoever came to this, they're gonna get their messages. They're gonna, you're gonna have your guiding forward. So let's see what we have for guiding you forward. Forgive. It's always like I'm not kidding. It's always forgiveness because when we have a space that's filled with something we're hanging on to or something we feel like I just don't want to I don't want to forgive, I don't want to forget because if I do, then it's whatever happened is okay. But it's a time to release and heal those things wholeheartedly. You don't have to understand them. You don't have to keep asking why. Just forgive, release, and surrender. See that? You see that? North Node power. Okay. What else do we have? We have two more and then we'll be done. So let's see what else. What else? The Lord gives us wisdom. The Lord gives us wisdom. Mm. Ooh, there we go. Yep. So at the bottom, we have transformation. Ask, who are you becoming? Who are you becoming during this time? To share. Who are you feeling like? What are you feeling like? What is happening? Um, Purify, refresh, fortify. That's going together with the forgiveness, the clarity, the water flowing like the water, letting the water wash it all away. Sacred water. I just saw it. Sacred waters. Crazy, right? And nourish. Feed your body, mind, and spirit. Yep. So the Most High God is bringing forth our energy to forgive, to go back to the Lord because the Lord gives wisdom in anything and everything that we need. But we have the energy that's going to help us. And once you see all those people fall, you will have renewed your faith. But remember, sometimes we have to believe and have faith because we know it's going to happen. We just don't know when. But this time between now and probably about September 5th, there's going to be so many changes all around you on a society level, on the community level. And then you're going, these are the confirmations and these are the synchronicities that the Most High God is going to provide. So all you really have to do is remember that the Lord gives wisdom, okay? And you are worthy. You're worthy of this change. You are important. The children are important. Take this energy and see it as the gift, the receiving, the love, the birds, everything. Just take it all in. I hope I healed at least one person in the world today, and I hope it was you. Thanks for watching. Bye.